Alright guys, so here we go. I'm going to show you the proper way to clean a video game cartridge. So right here we have a copy of Super Smash Bros. On the N64. We're going to clean the pins, and we're also going to see if we can get this off here without a magic erasers. Now what I'm going to be using is pretty simple. Now with these old cartridges, you need to have a certain screwdriver. They don't just come off with a Phillips like I have over here, but they have these special star bits on them that you will have to either purchase at a hardware store or on Amazon. If you need help finding one, just let me know and I can help you get that. But otherwise, we just simply need Q-tips. This says lens cleaner, but it is actually just spraying rubbing alcohol. And then I also have just a regular thing of rubbing alcohol. Now this is just 91% rubbing alcohol, and you need to make sure that it's at least in the 90%, because otherwise it will have too much moisture in it, and you will in fact probably be damaging your cart more than anything. So just right off the bat, we're just going to see if we can spray down this right here and see if we can get some of this off the old-fashioned way. Because it might just be a simple, might not be with Sharpie. Well, it's starting to look like it is with Sharpie. So you can see it's starting to come off a little bit. Now if I had more time to show you guys, what I'd probably end up doing is getting a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and then just getting it a tiny bit wet and making sure that you don't hit the label, because you don't want to damage the label. But you can take the Magic Eraser and just go like this, nice and gently back and forth, and that should come right off. But the whole Alright, real quick guys, I'm just going to jump in here to kind of show you as I was talking about that Magic Eraser. So I ripped this off the one piece. We're going to dip it into this rubbing alcohol just to get it nice and moist, and then go back and forth on it. So I'll just do some pre-wipes, go over it. There you go guys, it's all gone. Right off. But the whole purpose of this originally was just to take this apart to show you guys how you're supposed to clean your pins. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take our little weird screwdriver right here. Now don't be afraid to do this guys. If you are in the beginning too afraid, go ahead and get a game you really don't care about, like some kind of sports game or something, and experiment a little bit with it just to see how to do it. But it's not very hard at all, especially once you have the right tools. So we'll get this off. Alright. It's always nice to have a magnetic bowl or something, so you just throw these into. I don't know how dirty this game will be since I bought these and it's actually pretty clean. Now it should just come right apart. So now you got the inside there. Now, to me this is, if you want to say it, ass backwards. They do use screws on the inside. So you just need you can see them right there. There should be two, one right there and one right there. So then you just take a regular screwdriver and simply take it off. Make sure you do not lose this stuff, guys. You know, there's been many times when I put a Nintendo or something back together, and I'm always got extra screws, or all of a sudden for some reason I have less screws than I should. So we'll set these off to the side. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this angling, because it's pretty hard to do this. But this should just pop right off then. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Slides right off. So now you can see in here, here's the board of Super Smash Brothers. Pretty clean. Like I said, I don't really expect too much dirt on this, but I'm mainly just doing this to show you guys how to clean. So we'll set this off over here, and I will take this rubbing alcohol and just pour some in here. There we go. And then all you simply need to do, and this works with any cartridge one too, so it just depends on how you take them apart. So we'll take this up, we'll slide this black piece down, and you will take a Q-tip, dip it in there, and then you just go back and forth. Now some people will take an eraser from a pencil and stuff like that, which works. I mean, there's nothing against it, but you'll just want to go back and forth. And like I said, this is already a pretty clean cart because you can see there's no blackness on there. Now, if it's really dirty, you'll know. It'll start, you might have to use about 5, 10, 6 Q-tips just to get all the stuff off. And if it's really bad, you might have to bust out some heavy duty cleaner to do it. But I always advise against using cleaners unless you have to, because if you get brass or something on the board right over here, it will damage it. But this rubbing alcohol, on the other hand, will not damage it. So we can just go back and forth. And yep, see, I mean, like I said, the game's really clean to begin with. This is just a simple tutorial to show you guys. But like you can see, the rest of the board and everything's very pretty. It's a very clean copy that I got. So then just to put it back together, everything you just did, do the exact opposite. So we'll take your backboard. Has a nice heat shield in it. Slide her back on there. Most of the time the pain in the butt, just the angling is kind of hard for me right now because I have my camera right in front of my face, so that makes it 20 times harder. You try to get this on there and try and keep it up, and then it just wants to keep coming off. Alright, there we go, that's starting to look a little better. Oh, it should drop in there a little better. Maybe it's easier to just do that. Nope. There. Why is this not wanting to go? There we go. Maybe. Why is it not lining up right? Okay, so I just had to get it closer down there, but you can see now we're all flush in all that area. So then we just take our shield and we put that back on. And then we find our screws, which I didn't lose, they're right here, luckily. So like I said, you just do, hopefully with a little bit more grace than I do, everything you just did, the exact opposite. So we'll start putting our screws back on. Don't go too hard. If you go too hard, you risk damaging the board or anything down there, or especially if your plastic or your cartridge is a lot older, you risk damaging the plastic. Alright. So this will just keep everything in place. So now everything's back in there nice and tight. We put the back piece back on. This can sometimes be tricky. You need to make sure you go down to up. So you have these two clips down here. Make sure they clip in first. And then pop on. And then, yep, you take your last two screws. Put her on there. Use your special tool. Tighten it down. So like I said, to get that initials off over there, your best bet is either to use a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and just get it slightly wet and just kind of scrub back and forth, and it should come off. But like I said, I suggest being careful because this whole warning label is actually a sticker. So if you put too much you can kind of see there's a little bit of damage right there. But if you put too much liquid on it and you start scrubbing it, especially with that Mr. Clean Eraser, you will start to take it off. So there you go, guys. Obviously, this has already been a pretty clean copy. But besides having the special tools, you just take the shell off. Take your Q-tip with some rubbing alcohol and just go back and forth nice on the pins. And you can get a little, if you need to push down a little hard, that is okay on the pins. But you need to be careful with your hands that you do not pry back and forth like that with the motherboard too much. Or you could risk cracking it or damaging it beyond repair, and then you're just screwed. So then if you have like a more expensive game like this and you damage it, you are done for. So there you go, guys. I hope you liked this video. Comment below if it helped out or if you've been working on doing your own maintenance. I do sometimes do repairs like this down the road if you just want to send it to me. And then if something's not working, and I can see if I can fix it, and then I can either keep it or we can work out a deal and I can send it back, or yeah. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, stay retro, my friends, and we'll see you in the next video. I can't get my fingers.